Okay, guys, I want to show you how to write this last paragraph. So you can see in this one, I'm going to write a paragraph that compares and contrasts the requirements for citizenships in 2 countries around the world. Okay, it says here, be sure to include how the requirements for citizenship are similar and different, how the duties of citizens are similar and different. So I've got to talk about the requirements and the duties. Of course, I always want to start with my thesis statement and then support it. So if I go back up to my classwork, I like that thesis statement where it says, while it is easy to become a U.S. citizen, Peru places more responsibility on its citizens. Ooh, I should say while it is harder. That was a mistake. So I'm going to start with my thesis. While it is harder to become a citizen of the U.S., Peru places much more responsibility on its people. So let's start with I've got to start with this first statement. While it is hard to become a U.S. citizen in the United States, unless you are born, I'm going to take this part out. I'm going to say, unless you are born in the United States, it is very difficult to become a citizen. So I've proven that first point. Now I'm going to go on and I've got to talk about how Peru places more responsibility on its people. In the United States, in the United States, let's say voting and military service is compulsory. Nope, it's optional, it's voluntary. However, in Peru, citizens are forced by law to both vote and join the military. So I've counted my sentence 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, one thing that I have not talked about is I've noticed that I've not talked about how they are similar. So maybe I want to add that here. So let's see. How did I say they were similar? Okay. I'm going to say, so this says, unless you're born in the United States, it's very difficult to become a citizen. Likewise, in Peru, most citizens are born in Peru. But it is much easier for people who are not born in Peru to become citizens than in the U.S. Okay, I just made that last part one sentence. So now I'm going to read it one more time just to double check my work. While it is hard to become a citizen in the U.S., let's say of the U.S., Peru places much more responsibility on its people. Unless you are born in the United States, it is very difficult to become a citizen. Likewise, in Peru, most citizens are born in Peru. Let's say are born there. But it is much easier for people who are not born in Peru to become citizens than in the United States. In the United States, voting and military service are voluntary. However, in Peru, citizens are forced by law to both vote and join the military. Perfect. So after I've written my sentence, I'm going to have the teacher come back and put their initials here, and then I'm going to have one last step.